Hi friends, welcome to another edition of Scrapbooking in Belize. I am Dawn, and today we'll be looking at this. For those who may not know, Scrawlr Box is a monthly art subscription box with carefully curated art supplies that are designed to work together. And I contacted them and I got the February Scrawlr Box, and we're in May, so I'm sure there's a lot of tutorials out there and unboxing from February to now about the February Scrawlr Box, so you basically have an idea of what is already inside this box. Okay, so now I am going to be opening this up, and usually there is some tissue paper with a little sticker, and this is their Scrawlr logo. So I'm just going to carefully put this to the side so we can see those later. And we have paper. We have two pieces of paper here, very thick paper. We have a little minor texture to it, and then it also comes with a print. And today's print is all about flowers. Flowers? Feathers. Oh my gosh, where is my head today? It's all about feathers, but again, you probably already know that because we're in May and this is the February box. Now we're going to see what's in this tissue paper. Okay, apologies. I am sorry. I was a little dehydrated and I went to get a little bit of water, so that's why I was stumbling a little bit over my words. Before I open this part of the Scrawlr box, I should do my disclaimers. The major disclaimer is I have dogs, and right now only one of the dogs are outside, and I do have neighbors. You will hear the dog bark when the neighbors pass or when there's another dog near. You'll also hear vehicles in the background, and that's because I live next to a major highway. There used to be chirping in the background, but all the chicks have crossed into the farm now, so you'll no longer hear them, and there's no chick in the nursery, but you will definitely hear the dogs outside and the motor vehicles. Now let's get back to our regular scheduled program. Now wrapped up in this tissue paper, and there goes my dog. I wanted to take it off very carefully because I really want to see if I could preserve this little sticker. Okay. There we go. And you have the little menu, and this basically tells you everything that is in the box about the paper and about the print, and we will be looking at everything in detail in a few, including the paper and the print. So it comes with the Carin brush marker pros. There is 5 of them. There's also a Scrawlr sticker with their, again, this what they put their logo, so they use their logo as a sticker. And I am so super excited to get one of these. Oh, cool. And I love the you know, how it gradiates from blue to green. It's, oh gosh. And also super excited I got a second sticker. And every box is full with a little Scrawlr candy or a candy. Now Scrawlr Box is originally from London or the UK. And all their little candies and snacks that they put in the Scrawlr Box is actually originally from the UK. So I will be honored tasting a maom, a maoma. No, it's not a maoma, it's a maom. Happy Fruities. It looks like it's in orange flavor. It's a little soft, so I might have to put that in the freezer a little bit. We also get a Carin Dosh pencil, and it's called Edelweiss. It's an HB pencil. There is the Carin Dosh February. Okay, and we'll be talking about all these in details. And we also have another Carin Dosh February, and this one appears to be in blue and yellow. And here we have a Spectrum Noir Champagne Pink. Okay. Look like a brush pen. And the color is Champagne Pink. And then there's the Art Line Drawing System. And this is a fine liner. And it's in number 0.3. And finally, there's a Helix Cap Eraser. Now let me tell you a little bit about the products that came in this month's Scrawlr Box. Okay, we'll start first with the paper. Scrawlr Box has provided us with a Botanical Ultra Smooth 300 GSM paper. This is a 50% cotton acid-free paper, perfect for watercolor painting, charcoal, pastels, and graphite. There is a minute texture to it, so it should be lovely. And we'll be testing all our art supplies on this paper. I said it was 5, it was actually only 4, and there's only 4 Karen Brush Marker Pros. We have the color gold, lush green, lilac, and a blender. So in truth, we only got 3 colors. So let's open this up and let's see how they look and see if we can activate them. So this one is gold, and the Karen Brush Marker Pro is a liquid water-based ink with color control technology that allows for color to stay intense and flowing to the very last drop. Ooh. It has here written great for calligraphy, graphic designs, and illustration. As you can see, this is gold, and it does come out very liquidy. I believe these two can also blend if you put them tip to tip. So that's gold. This is lush green. If we water it down a little bit, I think we could water this down and get an even more color gradient. So let me try that since I have my paintbrush. And oh yes, look at that. I wasn't even having my paintbrush here for this reason. I was actually thinking of doing a piece later on. Oh yes, look at that. Let's do the lilac. Okay. Oh yes, look at that. Oh yeah. Doesn't look too lilac-y to me when you put on the color intensely, but when you pull out the colored water, yeah, that is beautiful. The brush tip itself is kind of stiff for me, but it does say if you should put them tip to tip, you can do wonderful blending. So let's do the yellow and the purple. Well, I call it purple, but they say lilac. So I think I'll probably have to go this way. Tip to tip. Okay. I didn't want to leave it too long. Let's see if it'll do the blending that we want. Okay. I just have to go back into yellow. I didn't leave it too long, so yeah, it seems to be cleaning up now. Oh yeah, that's nice. So quickly and see how this works. You can soften up that blend a little bit. I don't think you can too, but I think I'll just prefer blending it this way. Now these two markers here are the Caran d'Ache Fabralo markers and Fabralo fiber pens. And these fiber pens I don't see a color name for them, and I was looking at the menu to see if it indicated the colors that I have here. The only thing it says here is that the Fabralo fiber pen is a water-based pen with bright and transparent colors. And these pens can stay juicy with the cap off even for days, which is kind of cool. But I'm always very careful with my art supplies. So let's see how these look. Now these are a water-based ink, so they should be able to pull out color if we act quickly enough. And yes, you are able to pull out color from there. That looks lovely. Oh gosh, it's stuck. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's so tight on that end, and look, it's so loose on this end. Oh wow. These fiber bristles are a little bit more stiffer than the Caran Brush Pro markers, but I'm kind of used to working with a little stiffer bristle, some of my cheaper art supplies. So let's see if we can, ooh, we pull a lot of colors out with this one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's look at this pen. This is the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tint pen, and it's filled with a bright water soluble, so it's a water-based ink with bright colors. Now to open it, I believe we need to first remove this little ring here and then push this in and continue screw. Okay, and that should be it. And to bring down the ink, all we need to do is squeeze, but I'm squeezing very carefully because I do not want the ink to be just, oops, the exact same thing I was running from. But yeah, this is a champagne pink, and I can't soak it back up. Okay, this is a champagne pink. It's a water-based ink, so it should be able to be water-based. Same thing I was trying to avoid happen, but that's okay. Okay. I'm kind of working this paper a lot. And let's see if we can pull color out. We should be able to. Okay. There we go. And as you can see, it is water soluble, so it can be used as a watercolor. Now let's look at the last pen that we have here, the Artline Drawing System. Okay, so the Artline Drawing System, and this is a 0.3 millimeter. It has tip pen. It's a pigment water-based, water-resistant pen. So I believe this have pigmented ink, and it's ideal for drawing, graphic design, illustrations, and documents. So let's see our strokes that we have. Do some small strokes. Let's do some little curvy lines. And gonna leave that to dry for a bit, and then we're gonna see if it is water based. So I guess if you act quickly enough, you can pull the black out, but it's also supposed to be water resistant. Now let's check it out. I think it's supposed to be dried enough by now. Yeah, it's not really pulling anything out, so that's really good. And now the pencil. This pencil is the Caran d'Ache Edelweiss, I guess, Edelweiss pencil. It's an H pencil. It has FSC certified cedar bark. I guess it's an environmental friendly wood, and that makes it so special. But I guess pencil is pencil, so let's see how this goes, if there's anything special about it. It does write smoothly, but pencil is pencil. And it's an HB. I'm not used to using HB. I usually use B or 2B. So it's a little harder lead than I am used to. And this is the Helix cap eraser. Oh, nice. This is designed with polymer, high polymer erasing design. And the way this is designed is to minimize eraser dust. So it shouldn't produce as much eraser dust as normal erasers. At least that's what it says. But to me, it's producing the same amount of eraser dust that I really don't like. But it's an eraser. An eraser is an eraser. And the final thing we're looking at is the print. This month's featured artist is Tsarina Rina, and the way Scrawlr Box do their prints, they usually print the featured artist for the month on the back of the print with a little bit of biographical information, not necessarily data, but information about the artist and where on social media you can find that artist. And so Tsarina Rina is a Russian artist, and I will be linking her Instagram information in the description below if you like to check her out. And she was the one who recreated this beautiful feathered artwork, and I'm hoping she did it with these art supplies here, but well, probably she did, because there's blue, there's yellows, there's purples in here, so maybe she used these art supplies in here. Okay, so we're still in Mermaid, and for those who may not know, I am participating in Mermaid, even though I may not have posted a lot of the mermaids that I made on my social media, my Instagram. I still draw my mermaid, but instead of doing the entire month of May, I am doing a 20 days mermaid challenge. So I'm only doing mermaid for 20 days. And I decided to do that because I participated in Buy Bun's April challenge, where you draw for the entire month of April. And when May came around, I was a little exhausted from the previous month art challenge. So I decided only to do 20 days of mermaid. Okay, so this is a Scrawlr box, and now we'll see how these art supplies hold up to one of my illustrations. Okay, so I am now finished with my illustration. In keeping with my theme of mermaid, I decided to draw a merman. And in keeping with the Scrawlr Box challenge, because one of the things, I don't know what's wrong with me, I am always fast. I forgot to mention that each month, not only does Scrawlr Box give you art supplies and papers for you, everything you need to do a illustration with, they also gives you a monthly Scrawlr challenge. And for the month of February, their Scrawlr challenge was plumage, hence the feathers, and hence why I drew my little merman holding a feather. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the coloring of this illustration. And I think this is now my little art style. I just started illustration a year ago without a teacher. I should add, I haven't done any professional art class as yet. I do plan to take professional art courses in the future, but for right now, I'm just doing a basic art style, okay? So excuse me, please. Now I'll get into the coloring of this, and I'll be using the rest of the art supplies. The only cheat I did was with this basic paintbrush I got here in Belize, where I used to help brush away some of the eraser dust, because this is not minimal eraser dust. This produced a lot of eraser dust. Okay guys, I'm done with my little illustration from start to finish. I was not expecting to do a little illustration from start to finish, but once I got into drawing my little merman, I just couldn't help myself. And I think I've used most of the art supplies except for this. I had little to no use for the Karen Blender Brush Marker Pro. I didn't have much use for their blender, because as you can see, I actually did water down a lot of my colors a lot. Thankfully, they were all water-based. And even this had a little bit of bleed through when the waters came on it. And as for the paper, I was trying to do everything within the same time frame, but the paper didn't absorb all the water quick enough. So there's a lot of transition colors on it, but it's nothing that I can't clean up, I hope. But that's it. What can I say about this? I really did enjoy using these products. As you can see, I really didn't mean to just do an illustration like this right here in the spot, but it's kind of cool. And I have to practice more with this paper. I'm used to 100% cotton, but when I use 100% cotton, I actually use watercolors. And I actually set up my paintbrush and waters to do a watercolor illustration with watercolor paints, but I was not expecting to use it with watercolor pens. Anywho, that's all we have the time for today. Join me next time for another edition of Scrapbooking in Belize. Bye!